All right, everybody. Looks like we are live. Let's see. Uh, did you see the video that pushed a big mama bear off the wall to see her dogs? Dan O'Neill's first in the chat. Good to see you, Dan O'Neill. Yeah, I saw that video. It wasn't really that big of a bear. It was actually a black bear with cinnamon skin. So it was this color, but black bear species. You can tell clearly by the face. Yeah, it's still a stupid thing to do. I guess she loved her dogs more than she loved her life. But yeah, I definitely saw that. So looks like we got two people watching and showing up. Sorry, getting back to the regular schedule after taking a week off in Georgia. And last Tuesday night we were seeing friends. I forgot the announcement or anything, but we were there. So yo, what up, Gun Nation? Mr. FNH is here. Gabe McNeil. What's up, Chuck? That's like the 1990s Bud Light commercials. What's up? Yeah, we used to do that in high school just because we thought we were cool. What's up, Gabe McNeil? It's good to see everybody again. Hope everybody's doing well. Looks like Rob's not going to join us. It's his wife's birthday, so I'll go over there and say happy birthday to his wife. Just go over there on Rob's channel, Cherry City Guns and Ammo. So anyway, hope y'all are doing well. Lever Guns 50 is in the house. Good to see you. Just note that I am on StreamYard, so it is there. Did you enjoy the warmer weather? Heck no, it's too hot for me. But could have been worse. I mean, it wasn't 97; it was only 95, right? But no, I did good. I did okay. Jason, we were helping Iraq Veteran 88 clean up because we wanted to put in some work because we got there late every day. So we were doing that, and Jason had to bail on it a little bit because he got too hot. I told him not to wear jeans, but the humidity was there. But he's all right. He was all right. He was just like, he wouldn't. I told him the humidity would be bad. It could have been a lot worse, and he was expecting a lot worse too. So that's that. Grizzly Crazy is in the house, the man with the most guns I know. Excuse me, the most. Actually, I know a person with more guns than you. So, yeah. Anyway, we won't go there. He's probably got 3 of every gun that you have, plus more that you don't. Anyway, that's that. Mr. SMH, I ordered a PSA AKP over the weekend. Decided to get an AK pistol. Oh, nice. I've shot one. I don't remember what brand or what it was I shot, but I shot it over the chronograph, and the footage didn't turn out. And that's all we did was shoot it over the chronograph, and then Courtney shot it a long time. But I tell you what, it was actually pretty nice. It was 10.5-inch barrel, and you only lost like 150 feet per second in that round. So that wasn't bad. Maybe 100, maybe almost 200 feet per second. That's not bad. Darth Yogi, what is up? Okay, I know I've asked you this before, Darth Yogi, but where's the Darth and the Yogi come from? I just want to know. Like, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I want to know. I probably asked you that before and don't remember because I'm getting dumb in my old age. But that is what it is. So I just want to know. And anyway, so while we're waiting for more people to get in the chat, you guys know how this works and just ask questions. I did get a package from Blackhound Optics. It comes in this nice box. And I ordered it. I did have to pay for it. But I do have a discount code if you like these. I'm going to have a full review soon. And it comes with all the tools necessary. There's a 0 stop in there, little Blackhound patch, and came with some decent quality rings too. They're a little high, but they're for on ARs. They don't look horrible. I'd put them on my rifle. Decent quality rings. I wasn't, if I was going to mount it permanently on something, I'd probably still go with like Leupold backcountry or something like that. But here's the scope. This is a 4-14 mil, 1/10 click mils, and again a 4-14, and it's got a first focal plane. And I think these are on sale right now, but you can use discount code Alaska. And the glass, I can't show you like the glass through the camera there, but glass is not bad. There we go. All right. So anyway, glass is not bad whatsoever. I definitely say it's better than the cheaper line of Vortex, and probably right in there with the older, better line of Nikon glass. So it's clear. It's clear enough. I shot a caribou at 459 yards with Nikon glass. So that's that. So is what it is. And it's got a lighted reticle. It's got your range here on the side for the focus or the whatever you call it. Comes with flip up caps already. So this is going to be a channel scope that I just jump from gun to gun when I need a scope on a gun before I put something permanent on there. So that's what I decided this is going to be. So y'all are going to see it on the 6.5 Creedmoor 18-inch AR, and you're going to see it on the 4570 probably, which is this is not a scope for a 4570. I'm going to shoot the 4570 like 800 yards, but that's cool. It's called Blackhound Optics, and I do have a discount code with them, Alaskan, and that does help the channel. Is it my VH5XD in glass? No, it is not. Okay. Is it a Night Force in glass? No, but does it feel really solid for a $299 scope? Absolutely, it does. I mean, I've had worse from Nikon and Vortex, more expensive than this. So definitely nice. Looks like a cross. Reticle. One thing I love about 4-14 and first focal plane is when you crank it up to 14, it's not too big for the reticle. All right, let's see. Let's get back to the chat there. Put the advertisement away. Blackhound Optics, Alaskan is a discount, and it stands behind their products with a fully transferable warranty, according to the box there. So, Grizzly Crazy, I have 46 guns. My wife has 20, and my son has 18 guns. Yeah, I know somebody who's got like quadruple or quintuple the amount of guns you have. Probably more than that, maybe 10 times. But yeah, won't mention their names. So, anyway, Yogi is my dog. Darth is from him biting everybody. So that's a picture of Darth Yogi right there. I got it. He uses the dark side of the Force. There we go. Ammo getting better? I don't think so. I just did buy 5 boxes of 9mm yesterday at Cabela's. And didn't really need to spend the money. And I bought a box of 6.5 Creedmoor Hornady ELM match, ELDM or whatever the match is. So that's that. Oh, look at this. We got the Stranger Danger coming in. We got Chook coming in. What's up?
Welcome home.
Thank you very, very much. You still camping from site to site to site?
Still camping. Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night because it was so windy.
Oh gosh, man! You should have called, man. Where were you camping at?
Bird Creek. The arm was really windy.
Oh yeah, the arm was really windy the other day too. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
How's are you able to get showers somewhere, man?
Yeah, I just joined a gym so I could just for the showers. And I'm loving it, man. It's fun. I enjoy camping.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm assuming you're driving into work.
Yeah. So I got 20 or 30 minutes, maybe.
Sweet, man. Well, I'm glad you're here. So anyway, have you done any bear hunting this spring or just camping?
No bear hunting. I am going to go to Homer this weekend because the kings are starting to run in the spit, and I do my little trick where I pluck kings off. So I'll be able to 2 weekends. I'll be able to fill the freezer pretty much doing that. So.
And king is the best fish in salmon. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to do that. And then we got our big Valdez trip on the 17th where me and both kids got a ticket on a charter boat. So the guy's taking us out to the best place at the beginning of the year. So we should get hundreds of pounds of halibut.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you notice how he didn't invite his YouTube buddies on that,
Oh man, it's expensive. It's Valdez is $400 a pop, man. You got to do it though. It's worth it. Way bigger fish than Seward or Homer.
Gotcha. So, what do you think, Juke? Is the ammo getting better? Scott Leeper just. You think the ammo is looking better?
I think it is.
Slightly, but you still can't get most hunting calibers here. So, I mean,
yeah,
I did 270 yesterday in a box of 6.5 Creedmoor, but the 270 is stuff I'd never touched, and the 6.5 Creedmoor I only got to test on the channel. I'm not going to use it hunting. So, yeah. And I got 9mm since I shot 2 boxes in Georgia, or no, actually I shot 1 box in Georgia and gave 2 boxes away. of 9mm because I didn't want to carry it back on the plane. And then I found all this ammo and carried back ammo on the plane anyway. But
Nice.
yeah, gaming
It's
meal.
weird.
Yeah.
It's coming back. It's weird. It used to be the hunting ammo was the only ammo you could get
Mhm.
in big supply, but now it's the opposite. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything sells out quick.
I
But
bought two
it's coming.
boxes of 9mm Extreme Defenders yesterday from Arctic Ammo. So,
Nice.
not yesterday, a couple of days ago. Yeah, I mean, the price wasn't bad either. It was $29.99 for Extreme Defenders. That's the all copper bullet. I know Alaskan Ammo charges like 30 something for those in normal time. So,
Yeah.
bad. And they had a whole crap ton of it there. Plus, they had cases on the shelf you could buy of it if you wanted to pay $2.99 for like 500 rounds or something like that.
Wow.
No, not $2.99 for 500 rounds. No, it was $2.89 for 10 boxes of the stuff, so 200 rounds. So
Not
still
bad.
like $1.30 a round or something like that, but $1.50. But it wasn't bad, So
Yeah, no, that'd be nice to have.
nothing new. Just got saved by the Coast Guard. We went boating in the ocean. Blew up my motor, so now I got a Chevy 350 project on my hands and a fix-it ticket for a fire extinguisher. There you go. Gabe McNeil wants to know if we've done any testing on 35 Wayland, one of my most favorite, almost as much as the 270. I have not. I don't know anybody that owns one in town or in Alaska that's wanting to go test it. I would love to, though. So if you live in Alaska, Gabe, and you want me and Shoot to go test it, we'll meet you at our secret spot as long as you tell nobody where we shoot. So,
or if it's 416 Rigby, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Or 416 Ruger, either one. Nothing. So, Dan O'Neill says it was a nice scope. Yeah, this Blackhound optics, I'm actually kind of impressed with it. We'll see once I get it onto something and it holds zero, but it seems well built. It's lighter than a Vortex of the same quality, so because Vortexes are heavy, so it's not as light as a Leupold, but it's good, and glass is better than like Vortex in the same price range. So howdy, Mike. Just getting a chair. Good evening. 67 Rebel SST's here. Wheeled and well armed is here. What's up, man? Prone Wolf. Hey, how's it going, Prone Wolf? Hey, Wheeled. Let's see. Thought Chuk sailed off to Beijing.
I'm thinking
No.
about it.
No. Did you eat all your fish? I guess he's talking about you, Chuk.
No, I haven't got any fish yet, but I'm about to.
There you go. All
Yeah,
right.
I would to poke around with you and look for some bears here pretty soon too.
Yeah, I would like that too. Yeah, we'll have to do that. You got any days off in the week? Let me know. All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
it's my turn to shoot one now. I haven't killed a bear in 3 years now.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Well, no, 2 years. 2 years. So.
2 years, yeah.
So yeah, ever since you made fun of me for killing that grizzly bear that was bigger than yours. Anyway, let's see. Picked up some 22 at Academy today, Mike says. That's good. Need to find more 6.5 Grindle. Got a 7.5-inch group at 744 yards with the 12.5-inch barrel. I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, I would be too. 7.5-inch group at 744 yards with a 12.5-inch barrel. Yep. Yeah, that's something to be stoked about. Good. Would love to down here in sunny Mississippi. Well, the airplanes fly both ways, my friend. Grizzly Crazy. I have a crap load of ammo and I have a 35 Wheeling. Yeah, well, tell me when we're driving up or I'm driving down. Let me know, Grizzly. All right, figure out a place to go shoot that's not very noisy and looks like a range so that YouTube doesn't demonetize it. All right. 6.5 Grindle is nearly non-existent online. No 7 mag except for scalper resellers. 30 carbine on real prices for Full Metal Jacket, but unusual still getting a bit cheaper. Okay. No extinguisher on a boat. I've got one next to my bed, the truck, etc., etc. Oh, wow, Maxim. Yeah, it's got a fire extinguisher anywhere. I know it sucks. I love my Grindle. Do you reload for your Grindle, Prone Wolf? Because I don't know why you wouldn't. I want to go gator hunting. Okay, Lever Guns 50. Tell me where we sign up. I can even fly down for that. All right.
I feel like getting in a crazy car accident. That would be awesome. I think for like your video, like live of me get like slamming into something, or that'd be cool.
Now I've got to delete the video again. When you say something stupid like that, I got to delete it after it's done.
Just saying, it would be kind of cool. People want to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to see stuff like that. I don't want to see you get hurt. Just don't do it on purpose.
Okay.
All right. Oh, so he wants to know if you ate your fish from the last time you went deep sea fishing. Dan O'Neill does.
Yeah. When I moved, I had to clear out the freezer, and I gave the last box of halibut to my mom. But that lasted a long time. But we're gonna get even more this year.
Sweet. 67 Rebel SST AMC. I think he's the one moving up here. I'll be up here by the 18th. Western season are running, and you should have a good amount of reds running in Seward in the Russian River at that point. And most of your kings are going to be done in most places, but not every place. So you have to search around. I think up in the Golconda, your kings are still running there. And Black Bear's open most of the season. It is going to be like most of the summer. Black Bear's open almost year round in many places here in Alaska, but it's you kind of can't shoot them because they taste like salmon taste. They have salmon schooled meat. So
I think we should do that mountain bike trip again. Remember when we rode our bikes towards the falls?
Me and Jason did that last night. Or this past weekend, and nothing. There was not even a sign of bear poop, no tracks, nothing down there.
We gotta wait till the fish show up, I guess.
Yeah, you can't. June 1st, you can't hunt there, and so we were going on May 30th and 31st, hoping to get as close as we could. So, yeah, that's that. Walsh, what's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up? I
got your message.
I was like, I've been trying to make it to your live chat for absolutely forever.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, the last couple of weeks I've been busy, and last week I was in Georgia and all that stuff. So
no, it's awesome though. I keep trying to stop by and come see you though. I know I love this live chat. Coming talking to you.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've joined in a couple of yours. You know Chook from Chook's Outdoor Adventures?
Yeah, I know. I saw him the first few times when I joined on. So
nice. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, Chook's really helped me start my channel well, so I make fun of him a lot for it. So that's basically what our relationship is. So
and now he's surpassing me.
I'm not surpassing you yet, but
you're growing faster than I am. You'll surpass me in a few months here.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right. So anyway, but the problem is, Chook, is you're living in a van down by the river.
Yeah, that is probably.
That's the problem. Now, in case you didn't know, Chook literally is living out of his car because he sold his house and the new house he was buying isn't ready yet. So, how's that going for you?
Awesome.
Yeah,
it should be soon. It should be soon. We're looking at hopefully within the next 2 weeks I'll move. But I know I keep saying that, but they're actually doing work on it, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, let me know when I need to bring my truck over and help you move in. So
yeah,
we'll get it done. So Eagle Eye Shooting says, don't depend on ammo manufacturers. Roll your own. Absolutely. I even brought back Barry's 40 Smith & Wesson bullets to load for my father-in-law, so that when he shoots his, he can at least have some more to shoot. So, and I bought him a box of 40 Smith & Wesson, the last one at Cabela's yesterday. $21.99 for the cheap herders box of 40 Smith & Wesson. I figured that's less than 50 cents a round. That's not terrible, Here's the last one. What ammo have you found lately, Walsh?
We've been playing with the 6mm arc for a little bit now, and I think Jason was out. One of our teammates was out running around, and he went to a local store and found like 12 boxes of 6mm arc, and he was like, "What's your buy limit?" They're like, "There's none." I'm like, "Okay, we'll take them all." And he just loaded up on all of it. So now we can actually go out and test some of the optics we've been playing with.
Cool. I got to shoot a 6mm arc at the IV-88 shoot. So
yeah, did you like it? I haven't had a chance to. I'm going to go visit them actually this weekend, so maybe I'll try one out.
Yeah, I liked it. To me, when I read the ballistics of all the cool AR calibers that are coming out, nothing has beat the 25-45 sharps yet, in my opinion, with a 100-grain bullet going 3,000 feet per second, or in the high 29s. Nothing has gotten to that level yet. And I don't know why the 25-45 sharps didn't catch on. I mean, all the Sharps company sent like all the major YouTubers a demo gun or a demo upper and ammo and stuff a few years ago before things got bad. Like, to me, that 25-45 sharps was definitely the way to go. But the arc, I mean, no recoil, bigger bullet. It's getting there. I mean, really, to get the speed you want an 80-grain bullet. Generally speaking, to get the BCs you want the higher bullet, but then it's going at slow speed. So it's just an interesting cartridge, but no recoil, accurate enough. I mean, we were just shooting standing and hitting silhouette targets at 100 yards. I mean, it wasn't like we were doing anything hard with it, But
I wonder if it's because it had Hornady, because Hornady was the one that was, pushing that round so much is the reason it got so much traction. Because it just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, you never know if the right stuff, like whoever was pushing the 224 was just a complete jerk. Because that 224 Valkyrie was just absolute trash.
Right.
Yeah, I think sometimes the really good calibers are sometimes hidden in there.
Yeah, I agree. And it's hard. It's hard because the 25-45 sharps really had the best performance out of any of those. And if I would get it over 6.8 SBC2, 6mm arc, 6.5 Grendel, I would get it over there, but it is what it is. So unfortunately, I live in AK and it can't order. Yeah, I know the feeling, my friend. Hello, Eagle Eye. I was using 123 grain SSC American Gunner, so I was surprised for a 6-shot group. Oh wow, that was a good group then. Prone Wolf here was telling us he had 7.5 inches at 744 yards from his 12.5 inch barrel 6.5 Grendel. So is what it is.
I use some of that the American Gunner stuff 6.5 if I'm just plinking 6.5. If I'm just like practicing, it's not that bad. I mean, I use the S&Bs and those are horrible, but I can still get a half MOA group with them. So I'm like,
yeah, 25-45 AR-15 Eagle Eye Shooting. I sent you a link if you want to join in here. I know you haven't been on the chat before, but if you've shot the 25-45, let me know. That's that. All right, Kaido Hojama. If modern metallic ammunition is not available, the percussion revolver never goes out of usefulness for wilderness defense purposes, especially today's stout powders and universal round flat nose bullets. Yeah. I mean, yeah, with modern stuff, you can actually defend yourself very well with a black powder revolver, except for the fact all of them are single action. I mean, that's slow, but you can actually defend yourself pretty well. So there's that. Might try an arc, but Grendel is king of cartridges for AR. Still got love for all of them. Yeah, well, there you go. Everybody loves a different thing. So Chuka, you having to go soon? It looks like you parked. So.
Yeah, I got a few more minutes, but yeah, I'll take off pretty soon.
Okay.
Have you seen any? I got a good deal of that 480 Ruger, but I haven't been going to shops lately. Have you been seeing it in stores?
I haven't seen any 480 Ruger, but I'll definitely let you know if I see any. If I do, I haven't. I'm out of money after coming back from Georgia, so I haven't been visiting the shops much. Because when I do, then there's something I want. So it's like, I better not. So spend like $138 on ammo yesterday from Cabela's, and I'm like, spending money. We're gonna have medical bills.
My buddy gave me some of that 200 grain high tech coated 10mm. If you want to test that with me sometime, I don't know have you tested that before?
Only like 17 times on my channel. Yeah.
I figure. Figure.
The 200 grain hard gassed high tech Underwood is one of my favorite bear loads. In fact, it's what I have in my extreme penetrators versus hard cast video. That's the one I have in there. and it's actually my favorite round. It's safer for Glock barrels. It's not going to let up as fast in the chamber area. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could shoot several boxes and still be okay. It's I wouldn't recommend it. I still think if you're going to shoot hot 10mm rounds, you buy you're going to shoot hot rounds in 10mm, you buy a fully supported chamber barrel. KKM or Lone Wolf or some others, but preferably KKM because Lone Wolf I've had to shoot the last two of them back, but
Me too. They're awful.
Gabe McNeil says, I heard Juke is living out of his truck because he spent all his money on hookers and booze.
Yeah.
Hey, don't believe everything you hear in Asia. Okay.
No international trips this year. Although the things are opening back up, I may start traveling internationally again. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you caught Corona the last time, so
yeah.
I got proof. It's in a video. You're all there you go. Yeah. Actually, you didn't catch it. I'm just kidding.
All right. I better get out of here with that. All right, man. Let's try to hunt bears pretty soon, though. I'll keep touch.
Let's do it. Yeah, Prone Wolf says he's got pictures and video.
All right.
All right.
All right. Later, guys.
Later. David Martin, howdy from South Dakota. How's it going, man? So, all right. Walsh, do you bend your hats or do you buy them that way? I like more the flat style than that to block the sun. So
I can't flat style. You look all ridiculous.
Yeah.
You gotta give it the old. It hides all my wisdom. I look a lot older when I take my hats off. They're like, whoa, you're an old man. Like, look at that. I'm like 20 years younger all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's got the bend in it.
You gotta give it. I give it the crazy. Like I did archery for a long time, and that was my favorite thing to do. Having good old bent archery hats, and yeah, these are no good yet. I got to get some more time with this.
I can't do it. I don't even look right. I mean, it's a little cool.
Dan O'Neill, if you're out there wearing your hat like this, you're embarrassing your kids. I'm telling you right now.
No, he's a good guy. He's a good supporter of the channel and everything.
I've talked to Dan a couple times before.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but yeah, I can't wear my hat like that. If you can, more power to you. You may be better than that. So what's been going on? How's your channel doing, man?
But things are going good. We've actually, we try to focus more on optics and rifles and stuff, but it's just the way things have gone in different environments. We've kind of just peeled away a little bit more, doing a lot more towards the gear side. I have a ton of gear everywhere. Plate carriers, we've done a ton of battle belts. There's just been people just eating those things up. We just did the Axle Eclipse belt. I know it's a little bit off topic from your channel. It focuses a little more on ammunition, but that Axle Eclipse just blew me away in terms of the weight of it. It doesn't weigh anything, and it's stronger than even my Ronin Senshi. So just doing all kinds of stuff. Right now I'm playing with you guys have probably seen it, putting some mounts back on, but I was doing some reviews basically showing the Holosun 503G and then the Primary Arms MD25. This is the ACSS version. This is came out for a second, and then Primary Arms ran out of it. So this is also, they both use the same reticle. Just kind of showing the different things, different options. But man, I am just swimming in different gear, different stuff, things I want to test, things I want to show off. It's awesome. I'm sure the way your channel's running, you have so much stuff you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have so much stuff you want to see and do, and you just don't have time to do it. I probably have 100. There's just boxes upon boxes of different cool. Yeah, this thing's awesome. I haven't got to play with it yet. I want to play with it.
Yeah, I need one of those for myself and my wife.
Right. This is the AR. All I've seen is this is the AR version. So you can put it in where your BCG goes in, so you can use your regular trigger. Oh
yeah, I've seen that. I played with that at the IV88 shoot. So
yeah, so I'm a big fan of the pistol version, which has the actual Mantis X10. I think that's a huge trainer for people. You can fix your form in 10 minutes if you've been struggling with something for 6 months. I fixed it in 10 minutes. It's expensive, but I think it's totally worth it. You can clean up your form in seconds.
Isn't it about $150? Yeah,
somewhere in there. I think some of the higher ones get a little bit more expensive, but they have the recoilometers, which you don't really need. I mean, if you're a super pro and you want to see, where your recoil pattern, if it's too far to left or too far to right, it's useful, but yeah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, I have that. It's great. Yeah. So yeah, it
Hey,
is definitely great. It was nice. They had it set up in a P320 there that the gun cycled and everything. It was and I'd never shot a P320 before, but it was the actual P320 trigger and everything like that. It was a fake gun. And the girl from Manus Arms, when they were taking volunteers of people to get tased, she took that like a champ. She got in there and she's like, that's nothing compared to having kids. And bam, she did. Like, other guys were like screaming and cussing, and she was just like, "Nope, I'm done," whatever.
yeah.
So it was bad, but yeah, there's that. So, the Eagle Eye shooting. Manus Blackbeard with green is $250. Yeah, there you
So
go.
I will tell you, yeah, don't get the red. The red is really hard to see. Like, I like to try to use mine. Like, already with the green, you're gonna have to use it kind of in a dusk snare or indoors. I would much rather be able to use it outside, but the green makes it a little more viable. The red, it's got to be pretty dark out to be able to pick that out, because it's just gonna flash for a second when you pull the trigger. So it's I just get the green. Trust me on the green.
Gotcha. All right. With today's ammo prices, I've also been considering Mantis Arms. Yeah, that's a good product for right now.
I'm gonna tell you, I probably shoot 1% of my training. Like, I will probably train. Like, if I train 1,000 times, that means I'll shoot 1 round. Because why? What am I gaining from live ammo that I'm not gaining here? Like the bang. Like, all right, I can train into the bang. You have to do a little bit of training into it to make sure your grip's right, your stance is right, and everything. You're doing everything right. But 99% of everything else, from your draw to your reloads, you don't need ammo for reloads. Like, just run it, man. Just run it. So I'm a big fan of Manus. I didn't used to be. I was kind of like, no, I'm gonna go to the range. I'm gonna learn. And then you waste 100 rounds. You're like, what was I doing? Like, what did I just shot a bunch of stuff down the range. You didn't do anything.
Dan O'Neill says I can take as much flack as shoot. Bring it on. And yeah, you should see how me and Jason make fun of him in his spare time. But no. Anyway, I've eaten black bear that fed on berries. It was delicious. Has anyone eaten brown grizzly bear meat? I hear it's not as good as black bear. No, it's not as good as black bear. It's very, very rough, very chewy. Not very good. I was taking the tenderloin, the backstrap out. Excuse me. That's all I kept, and I cut it up, and I ended up having to mix it with turkey burger, and I threw it in the grinder. And honestly, since I can't do pork for my celiacs with IBS, yeah, it gave me some issues there too. So yeah, I don't think, brown bear for me is just a rug. So, as I have one in the background. So, the bang is important. Yeah, there is something about the actual live ammo that you do need to have, the recoil and the bang. So
I'm not saying you could go without it, but I'll say it's not the focus. Like, I train even with airsoft. It sounds super stupid, but training with airsoft, you especially with some of those CO2 cartridges, when you get like that massive recoiling, like, it's close. It's probably a little more recoil than a 22. I agree, though. It's not the same. You have to train to the bang, because that's when you learn that proper grip strength. Without it, you're going to probably screw it up. But is it the focus? No. It's like, if I train 10,000 times, 10,000 iterations, I'll go shoot 100 rounds, because that's when I'm just validating the training.
Yeah, I think I'll dry fire with a Manus Blackbeard for the next 15 minutes while I listen to the show. Thanks for the kick in the ass. Yeah, you need to. All right. And then you need to send it up here to me. So that's that. After you log over 10,000 trigger bowls, you need the bang. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just to validate the training, Like, if you're actually doing it right, then you can say, okay, I went out and I've shot a couple rounds. I've seen I've done something wrong. Now I'm going to do another 10,000 correctly, because now I've seen what I've done wrong, and then go shoot again and validate that training, instead of being like, well, I have to shoot to train. Like, you can. It's just expensive.
You have to, but you don't have to do as much as you think.
Yeah. So exactly.
But it's still more fun to actually go shoot. So there is that too. So yeah, exactly. Don't do 10,000 incorrect pulls. There you go. I definitely agree.
If you see most people on the internet, that's what they're doing. Like, wow, how long has that guy been training the wrong way? Like, seems like a long time.
Yep. So, like, Chook there. So anyway, So I actually got an optic in to review. Was talking about it earlier. Blackhound optics.
I got one of those sitting around here.
Yeah.
Which one's that one? Is that the mid-range one? The 4x?
Yeah, this is the 4 to 14.
I was gonna take a look at that one. This is they're saying this sounds so funny, but we both have like Blackhounds sitting around here. This is the 1x8. I really did like the reticle on this. We have the 1x4. Jason given to me to check out too.
Yeah, cool. But Rico.
I will give you that. The exposure, the sound is another big one. Particularly, that's another thing you got to train into, because you could be the best shooter in the world and you can have the best recoil control, but you're not trained into the sound. No, I agree with you there. I think like Chuck said, you have to train into it. It's just not as much as you think you do.
Wonder if you can put a Mantis green gas airsoft pistol to simulate recoil. That's what they had at the IV-88 shoot. It was a SIG P320 of some kind, refitted with their system and an inert barrel with just the laser light coming out of the barrel itself, and they gassed it up with green airsoft gas, and that's what's actually working the gun. All right, so that's exactly what they had. That's Dan O'Neill's list price for his scope, the 1 to 8, it's $399.99, and for my scope, it's $299.99, and so that's the list price on both of those, and discount code Alaskan. So just let y'all know, unless they gave you a discount code too, Bill Walsh show. So
they did somewhere, but we're on your channel, so we use yours.
Okay, sounds good. Blowback airsoft is where it's at. Yeah.
So what we're saying with the Mantis, the actual the X10 has a setting for airsoft, so you can actually set it to CO2. So I have an actual replica P320, which is an M18 airsoft, which is exactly the same. It even weighs the same. Even the magazines have the same ergonomics. So I train with that. It gets me close. As we said, it's not the same, but it's really close. A lot more than like just a laser or something else. And then the Mantis will yell at you like, hey, you loosened your grip. Hey, you were thumbing. Hey, you were palming. Like, you're right, I was. Like, you can see your own, micro movements.
Yeah. For me, it's all about focus on the sights, though, and I shoot better when I don't worry about my grip and don't worry about my thumb and my palm and not thinking about all that. And I just focus on the front sight being in between the other sights on the target. And I shoot a lot better when that happens. So
see, I'm a red dot shooter. I'm horrible with irons.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've trained enough with a red dot, shot enough with a red dot to consistently find the dot quickly yet. And I know that just means getting a dot and practicing. I know that's what that means. And since I don't have the money for all the ammo to just get a dot and practice, why not just not go with a red dot? And the other thing is, living in grizzly bear country, my streets I'm in a rural area right now. So like I could walk out of my house and have a black bear in my yard any time of day, And so having to find something or having something that the battery dies, I know they last for a long time, but my luck is, I'll just push it. It's like the E on my gas tank. I'll just push it a little bit farther and see how far we can go. That's who I am. And I know I'll do something stupid like that, and then it won't be ready when it's time to come, time to go. So
a big thing with red dots, you have to have that red dot confidence. You got to train that draw so that when you come up, like I can come up, close my eyes, and the red dot's going to be there. But if I couldn't do that, I would 100% not carry that dot, especially on the EDC. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So, and especially on bear defense guns, like, woods guns. Like, I don't want something that, I don't mind it on a rifle, like a red dot on a rifle, because I'm used to shooting that way. And when you put your head there, the dot's there. But I do mind it on a handgun because I'm just not there yet. And again, that's me. So training without ammo, how does it work for training for 200 or 300 yards?
I'll tell you the truth of it. So I don't shoot with much ammo unless I'm going to do optic reviews. But I do so much training otherwise that like 300 yards is pretty much a joke. And you probably may not be watching my channel, but I'll go out there and I'll review an optic. Like I'll do this Blackhound. I'm like, all right, let's just go rip out to 300 as many rounds as we can, or we'll check the different distances. It's simple because you've trained it all. You trained on the trigger pull. you've trained on the form, you have a good stance. Especially with a rifle, you're not training into the bang like you are on a pistol. You have like 4 points of contact. So I mean, the number of things that can go right 300 yards is now that I've done so many optics and done so much, 300 yards is nothing. Like that's a silly distance.
Yeah, I'm telling you, 300 yards is, I won't say that it's absolutely nothing, but if you practice and you've shot at 300 yards enough, 300 yards is as easy as 100 yards. Oh, cool. That's the reticle.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the reticle I'm going to. I eventually plan on getting that scope too, if I like this one. I do eventually plan on that one, and I think that one might go on my 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's cool because that cross inside has the actual mill reticle, the mill lines. So then, yeah, you can put it on whatever and be like, oh, I want to go 2 mils. Like, okay, it's on there.
Yeah, and I much rather use the reticle itself than the turrets and dial. That's just me. So
now, have you seen these ACSS? I know I was talking about this one. Have you seen these ACSS red dots?
Yeah, I've heard about them and seen a video or two, but I haven't used them.
So it's a little bit tricky to see it on here because you can't see the actual thing. So you have the basic horseshoe, right? But then actually inside there in the very center is a chevron and then 3 more dots that give you your 400, 500, and 600. So it's really easy to just take a red dot, just to take a 5.56, be like, hey, hit 400. Like, okay, what? 400, 500. Like, I'm just using a dot. And then you slap a magnifier on there, though. This thing gets killer. That's kind of what I'm going to show off is how ridiculous it gets when you throw a magnifier on it. Now you get close range and long.
Blowing in the wind, though. It'll be blowing in the wind. I remember shooting 500 yards when I lived in Mississippi with 5.56, and man, it'd only take a 2-mile-an-hour wind to blow that thing off 10 inches, 20 inches. So
people don't talk about that. They're like, oh, they're like, I can do range estimation. Like, man, to be good, you need to do range estimation. But the true measurement of how good you are is wind. Because 2 miles an hour, 5.56, 500 yards. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
it's not that much.
Yeah, and here's my story. Is like when I shot my caribou at 459 yards, I had the drop in the reticle managed it. And I'd been practicing at 300 yards, and so I knew 459 was nothing. I've shot much farther than that before, and so I put it on there, and I looked at my wind chart, and it said 10-mile-an-hour wind, 20 inches or 24 inches or something like that, and it was a 7 mag in a 10-mile-an-hour wind, but it was a lighter bullet. It was a 139 grain bullet, so I wasn't expecting that when I looked at the wind chart, and so I looked at the wind, and I saw the shrubberies vibrating and then occasionally just going over just a hair. I said to myself, that's a 5-mile-an-hour wind, right? Based on what I've seen and read in books. I've never done range instrument like that. I put the crosshairs, she's quartering away from me like here. So I put the crosshairs like off of her shoulder right here and raised up to the proper mill line beneath the thing. And so I'm aiming off of her body right here, and I hit her right square in the heart. And honestly, that was more wind than I thought. Like, it shouldn't have blown quite that far. And so it did. I could never found the bullet. There was no exit hole, but I could not find the bullet. I think it might have fragmented, which is not good for Barnes LRX. It's not supposed to do that, but I didn't find anything. I dug through the heart. I dug through the lungs, but maybe I just didn't see it and all the blood that was there. So, but you got to be able to estimate wind, and having a wind finder with you is almost essential here in Alaska. So Ghost Tactical's in the house.
What's up?
Reloading supplies seem to be getting better. Primers still seem scarce. How powder, bullets, brass seem to be showing up more locally. Factory ammo is showing up better locally, but not so much online. That's good. It's good. I'm glad for you. I still haven't found Reloader 22 as much as I'd like to have up here. Thank God my 270 loads didn't like it. So they were awful. They were like 3 inches at 100 yards. Okay, sweet. And now I don't have to waste my Reloader 22 on that. So I love my Reloader 22, but not on that. So air guns are good too.
What's the 300-yard
sounds like your 300-yard egg challenge? All right.
Most of the time, so I'll be honest with you, most of the time I'm using uppers that aren't like super accurate. So it's like maybe they're like 2 MOA uppers or 3 MOA uppers. I'm just showing off optics anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, if we want to shoot something ultra accurate, I'm sure we could.
Yeah, we might need to talk about this. We could do a 2-part video pretty soon.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that out. I plan on doing 3 and 500 yard ballistic gel tests this summer. Go up to
I know someone talking on the comments like how 5.56 is not that effective at 500 yards, and that's true. It's not like super effective. I mean, there's still like logged kills at that range with that round, you know, from military side. But I'd love to see like what it makes, like the change in terms of, you know, the gel at 500 yards. That would be so hard to do though. But yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I've been thinking about the logistics on those videos. I have to go up to a range in Fairbanks with Alaska Frontier One to do that. So go check out his channel, y'all. Alaska Frontier One. My moderators put it in the description. Y'all don't mind. So anyway, but yeah, I plan on doing that. I tell you what I did do in Mississippi. When I lived there, I had an old iron board that had gotten dropped and bent, and I put milk jugs and water jugs on top of that, and I shot it with my 55 grain VMAX load that I made in 223 with my 20-inch AR, and it was 50-50 on whether the VMAX would expand at that distance in a gallon or couple of gallon dishwasher or laundry detergent jug or a milk jug. I was hitting the jugs and didn't know it because it was just thinking it through. It didn't have enough mass left to expand the VMAX round. And sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. So it was pretty interesting. And so that's where like an ELDX would be really nice because it's even going to crush even farther apart, you know. ELDXs suck for hunting. So that's what would be really nice is that. So is most grizzly brown bear taste due to eating fish? Yes, and they just get too fat when they're older. They get too much fat in the meat, and it's really bad. So there is that. You got to get them when they're young. Unfortunately, then you get made fun of by Chook for shooting a small bear. Got to rock your wrist forward to see the dot on the pistol. Consistency is key. Getting good with the red dot. Yeah, I don't have to do that for the iron sight.
I'll say like with irons, I think there's a certain level you can achieve. Like it's hard to go beyond that. Where with the red dot, when you train with it, like multi-target, multi-engagement, you don't have multi-planes. You're not trying to deal with front and rear sights. You could just be target focused and engage so much fast. I think I'm telling you, train it. It's insanely fast.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, okay, he's talking about 300 yards from standing position with iron sights.
So I do a 50, 200, 0. So if I line up anything, it's at 200 yards already. So 300 yards is just raised up a little bit. I know like 300 yards, it's super fancy, but it's not really all that fancy, especially when your 0 is at 200 anyway. So you just come up a mil. Like,
yeah. Well, he's talking about iron sights from standing position. Will the Mantis X, that's what he was, how can the Mantis X help him from 300 yards with iron sights in a standing position?
It'll tell you what you're doing wrong. Like, that's for sure. Because what it's going to do is especially when you're standing up like that, when you go to pull the trigger, it's going to see those micro movements that you're doing. Like if you're doing something weird, it's going to go like, hey, you lifted up, you tightened up the trigger, you did something silly that, the micro movements you're not going to catch, where you're like, I was on that the whole time. Where in reality, if you were to slow that down, you'd be like, you were until you pulled the trigger just for a second, and you were back on it and you missed it. But yeah, the Mantis will do it.
Mr. Dan, as soon as I can afford some ballistics gel, we'll see. That's the one thing people have been going. You need to get clear ballistics gel on your channel. It's $100 for a clear ballistics gel block, and another $100 to ship it to Alaska. Can't do it. Sorry. This one guy I did 5 rounds in the same gel. He's like, you need to make it scientific. I'm like, Patreon link is in the description, my friend. And he just replied back, ouch. And I'm like, I guess you don't put your money where your mouth is. So anyway.
I honestly like that you shoot meat and ribs, to be honest. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like when you say, hey, the ballistic gel, now you have the FBI coefficient, but like what is it really like when it hits flesh and bone? And when you kind of see how those things separate and explode, it's way more interesting than like, okay, cool, it went in 16 inches and had this much expansion, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But like, I still don't think that's an accurate translation between what's happening in the gel and what's happening in the body. I like it better when you do the meat and bone. I think it's more realistic.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only thing the only thing that compares to shooting a live animal is shooting a live animal. There's, the only thing that's, a realistic test against a grizzly bear is tying a few identical triplet grizzly bears to a tree and seeing which one works best. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's illegal and that there's some issues there. And like, I'm not advocating that I do that, YouTube, if you're watching. I'm just saying, like, that's that. So, like, you can't do it both ways. But I do like ballistics gel as a medium for comparison. A scientific comparison is great. Does it, is it the average? It's supposed to be the average density of the human body. And I think whoever told me that is full of BS myself. But like, you have your skin, you have clothing, your skin, subcutaneous tissue, your muscles, your bone, all of those are varying densities. So something that's the average density doesn't do me any good if you have much denser at the skin than you do at your internal organs. And, it's that subcutaneous tissue is very, very dense. And so
you bring it like when you start to go through, like, particularly with animals, when you start to go through their skin and the pelt, that's not the same as what's going to happen when you're just going to hit gel. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So that's why I like your method better.
Yeah, I do too, but I think ballistic gels at 500 yards is going to be better. But yeah, I'm going to have to mix it myself, and which means I need to build a workbench in the garage and put some hot plate burners on it and get an old fridge to put in the garage so that I can mix it myself without messing up my wife's kitchen. So, how it is. I mean, just is what it is. So that's going to have to be there. So that's my project for next month, assuming we don't have another pandemic. Take out the magazine and charge it on the.
Yeah, mine only took like an hour to charge. I don't know why yours says it took 24 hours of USB. Maybe I need to charge mine longer. Yeah, I went on shot mine. I think it came out of the box and I started playing with it and then I charged it, but maybe like an hour.
It'd take his 223 to 744 eventually. The original, what was it? The original A1 sights you could adjust them to 800 with the M16A1. Am I wrong? I think
you could. I know there's some confirmed that kills out of 600. So people say, hey, there's no stopping power, 556 out of 500. But yeah, it's been used effectively out past 500. I don't know if I'd say it used effectively out past 600, but it's been used out to that range before.
Yeah, I know people have shot 800 yards, can shoot 800 yards with it. Does it have anything when it gets there? Probably not, but it is what it is. Definitely roll your own ammo possible. Absolutely. Alaska one. Andy, what is up? Do you find that Reloader 22 is temp sensitive? Not yet. Not yet. I haven't shot in -7, but as far as 20 degrees down to up to 55 degrees is not temp sensitive. Maybe at 80 degrees it is, and maybe at 5 degrees it is, but so far not. And my pastor at my church likes Reloader 22 for his 270 140 grain Barnes, and he says the same thing. He's actually put down a grizzly bear with that 270. It was his buddy had made a bad shot in the bear with a 375 H&H, and the bear was running into the brush, and so he threw up his 270 and shot and dropped it right there. So it's running not at them, but parallel to them, or perpendicular to them rather. So 270 can kill a grizzly bear. So definitely roll my own. Eggs blow apart so nicely. That's true. Rimfires are the only ones that don't bother reloading, but I save the cases for recycling, possibly making projectiles soon. That's interesting. I want to learn how to do that. Make projectiles from 22 casings. That'd be pretty awesome. Hard boiled, especially social regressive, had some awesome footage. Okay.
Shoot some hard-boiled eggs. All right, we can do it.
All right, thanks for putting my Patreon link in there, Alaskan Ballistics. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I do need some money if I'm gonna do these 500-yard ballistic gel tests. I'm making ballistic gel blocks that are twice as big as the normal ones, maybe more than that, maybe 3 times as big. So I'm gonna need some money on that. And I'm gonna have to make like 4 or 5 of them, so that only my catch blocks have a different thing. So ballistic gelatin is on sale. Buy 2 get 1 free. Cool. Where at? I have to look into that. A 58 grain AMAX in my 6mm arc bolt gun is my go-to for coyote and javelinos. Laser out to 500. Got a holdover explosive on coyotes. Oh yeah, man. I've only shot coyotes with a 12 gauge though, so it's not about how far you can shoot them, but how close you can call them in as far as being a good hunter. I'm just kidding with him. He's a great channel. Go check his guys out. But yeah. Oh, he corrects it later. VMAX. Yeah. VMAX. There you go.
That'd be awesome. I mean,
I know a 58 grain VMAX out of a 243 is going like 3,900 feet per second. What's it going out of the 6mm arc? You know, eagle eye shooting? Let us know. So there is that. Yeah. VMAX. But yeah, I imagine 58 grain out of the 6mm arc, it better be going like 32, 33, 34. Mm-hmm. I mean, otherwise, there's no point in having that over the 223 55 grain because that'll go 32. So it was $134 for 3 blocks of ballistic shell. And there you go. AAB, what's up, man? Great channel. So AAB, there we go.
So when are you doing that review of that Blackhound? You working on that right now?
Yeah, I'm going to do an unboxing and put it on Instagram. I meant to do it the other day, and then I'm going to try to get that done, filmed this week. I'm going to mount it up. The range, I'm just going to go to the local range for that, and it's closed tomorrow. So I'll probably go on Thursday and see what's up with that, and we'll be good.
One thing really cool about those, and I don't know if you're probably going to go over it in your unboxing that I found surprising, was the fact that it just comes with everything. It sounds kind of gimmicky, but it legitimately does. Like, it comes with the mount, it comes with the levels. You're like, okay, I mean, you guys gave me everything I need to just put this together right here, right now. You don't need a bunch of other stuff or go get something else.
Yep, it's got 2 effects for the rings. The rings don't look like they're that bad. Like, they're aluminum rings, you can tell, but they're not bad at all. Yeah, you can tell it's a good solid bolt heads in there.
Some of them use the cantilever mount, so it all depends on which one they include with what.
Yeah, but, I really would rather have that mount for an AR, but these are what comes with it. The only problem with these rings is they are extra high, and so if I were mounting this on a bolt gun, I would have to like drop this pretty darn low. The other thing I like on it is the clicks are nice and positive. So the clicks here, but they're not like where you can just click it when it brushes up against your body. Like, I'm sitting here trying to rub it across my arm and stuff, and like you can't make this rub. I don't know how many times my Nikon, just put it on my back and it's off at 0. And you have to set it back.
You should tell me you would tape it. You would put duct tape over it just to keep it in place.
Electrical tape, black electrical tape on that Nikon, and still have it on there. So
I don't know if you ever talked to it, but Jim and James over at Blackhound, they came out on one of our live chats. You should have them come over on yours too, even just to talk about some of the stuff from Blackhound. Like, they're super good dudes too. They'll always come out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got their number. I ought to text them sometime. Yeah. But he says 3720 is near 243 velocities without the barrel burn. Nice. 3720 with the 58 grain. How's it do against like, have you tried like the 58 grain Fort Scott bullet? Does it penetrate level 3 armor like the 243 does? Because 3720 is pretty nice. Now the 243 won't penetrate level 4 armor in a 58 grain all copper bullet, but I know it's going 3,800. I mean, Buffman Range had a video on that. So
I saw a video, I think it was today. There was a video, someone was looking at those Hesco L210s. People are saying like they're like the high threat ones. People are really loving these plates. But then somebody tests them out and they basically use a 20-inch AR-15 and they're just like slipping straight through. Like every round is going straight through. And it's like, yeah, you got 5 pounds. Your plate's nice and light, but it's literally doing nothing to protect you. Kind of an interesting tip too. If you are, there's some advantages to a 20-inch barrel, particularly when you're talking about non-level 4 or steel armor. They're going to do nothing. Like 20-inch barrel, where to go?
Yeah, and that's why the M16 was designed with a 20-inch barrel and this stuff that's there. Lever Guns 50 is telling me that's from Clear Ballistics. The problem, Lever Guns 50, is they're still going to charge me $100 a block to ship them here. So, sorry, that's what it costs. So, yes, the extra high rings for that. Mr. Big Kid is in the house. Good to meet you the other day, buddy. Sorry we didn't get to hang out that much, but.
I know Mr. FNH just mentioned it, but have you actually played with any of these? I'm just now recently messing with it. Any of these 1.93 height mounts?
Yeah, I've got one on my Holosun, the cheapest Holosun they make. It's just a plain red dot. It was like $120 Holosun off of Palmetto State, and I got it and 10 mags like a few years ago for like $179 or whatever, those deals. And it has an extra high mount, and I actually have gotten used to it. It co-witnesses lower 1/3 with my iron sights that are flip up, so I like it. I like it a lot because I can still use it.
Like the lower 1/3 is like 1.63, so the 1.93 is a little bit higher even than that. So it won't, like, what's funny is in my irons they'll stop right here, so they're literally just blocked. But like from a comfort, it's really awesome. It messes with your iron sights for sure. And I don't know if anybody shoots with night vision or anything, but these higher mounts, particularly when they're mounted full forward, like using the cantilever right on the upper, make all the clearance really, really easy. So I'm a big fan of these. I didn't think it'd be as comfortable as it was.
Yeah, I would have to try one out then, because I like my mount as low as I can possibly get it. On just about everything, because I know I'm going to tuck my cheek in deep to almost to the point where it hurts my cheek, and I'm going to tuck my deep into my shoulder and my head far forward, and I want that thing as low as I can get it, because that's what's comfortable to me with my short fat face.
I think it's a sort of real different stuff, because I like to be as up as I can and then just as collapsed as I can be, so I got full field of view of like everything's going on. I start to come down and I'm like I'm losing field of view. But it's all about what's comfortable. You know what I mean? Like that's the key to it too. What's comfortable.
Yeah. And you don't have a short, fat, ugly face. So I have a short, fat, ugly face. So there we go.
That's what the problem is.
Yeah. Well, I still think you're ugly, but not that fat and ugly. So there we go. So anyway, what's up, Jose? Likewise, man. I need to get that Reptilia 1.93. Okay. Yeah. So. Well, man, we've been going.
Good.
Go ahead.
I'd say the Reptilia 1.93. It's kind of like the Scalar Works, but it's not quite so expensive. Does kind of the same thing. It's a really good mount too. I need to try that one out. I went with the Scalar Works. I don't know why, but I want to try that Reptilia mount too.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, my next optic is going to be a Scout Scope. For a Leupold. It's going to be a Leupold. It's going to be Scout Scope, and it's going to be for my Henry X 4570. And the reason why is because that 1 to 5 or 1.5 to 4 Scout Scope, if you have it that far mounted forward on a rail system, on a lever gun, it is so incredibly fast. Like people go, oh, just go red dot or go a Skinner sight. No, it's faster than that. Like, maybe a red dot mounted that forward would be fast, but it is just so much faster. So there's that.
So I do have a question for you. What rangefinder are you using? Because I've probably gone through 3 or 4 different $600 plus rangefinders and shown them on the channel, and I'm kind of surprised how many are just trash. And I like really showing them, because then people can see what you're actually getting in these super expensive rangefinders. And I'm still looking for one that's worth a damn. And I've gone through SIG, Leopold. I want to look at the Vortex Ranger. That's supposed to be pretty good. But I'm curious what you're using.
I'm using the SIG 2000, Kilo 2000.
So you,
I had a 2200. My only issue is if you turn up the brightness where you can actually see it very well in the bright sun, it kills the battery life. That's my only issue. And they're not as waterproof as they say they are, as I've drowned one. But
they
that,
the one you have, they stopped making that and they replaced it, and it's not as good.
Yeah. I know they have like an 1800 and a 2200 now, right? I had the 2200, and that's the one that drowned. I had it in the pocket of my duck hunting bag. I didn't mean to bring it with me duck hunting. I didn't need it, right? And I had it in the pocket there. It was just on my hunting pack. And the field that I was normally hunted was abnormally flooded. It's usually just mud, but I was walking through my knees to get to where I was. And I just had a bull moose come up and ruin my duck hunt and scare all the ducks off. Like I was trying to sneak around to this island where I knew there'd be dry land. And so I sat my pack down because I was like, there's no point in setting up now. I'm late anyway. I had just had this 10-yard stare down with the bull moose that was easily a 55-inch wide, very legal to shoot bull moose, and very close as I've been. And so I sat my pack down on this big brush pile that was still in the water, but it was up out of the water, and it sank while I went and walked around. So it spent like maybe an hour and 15 minutes in the water. Nothing's that waterproof. So that being said, it's probably my fault. And I haven't even contacted SIG about it yet. I should contact them and see if I can just ship it back and see if they'll fix it or replace it. I did buy another SIG Kilo 2000 when it was on sale at Bass Pro. And I've not had any issues with them. I have gotten range back on trees on the other side of the mountain, on the mountain across the valley, at 1,500 yards. So I can't complain. That's pretty good. I can't complain about the performance. Hard targets, I've been able, like cars and stuff, I've been able to get 2,000 yards out of. Animals, I haven't seen enough animals with them to do anything other than the 459. There's one at 640 a few years ago. I didn't have a caribou permit. It was running as fast as it could. So, no, excuse me. It was walking as fast as it could without it being called a trot, And it was a big bull, and I didn't have the permit, and I was just crazy. He would have, dwarfed anything mounted in Cabela's, It was a big bull, but that's that. So 220 Swift is perfect for black bear. If you load it with Barnes, sure. Yeah, why not? I was taking my 6.5 by 284 Norma black and brown bear hunting with me this weekend, and people said, that's that. Gabe McNeil is saying try the Leica rangefinders. I've heard nothing but good things.
Okay, yeah, I'll check them out. I've been looking for whoever to try out, but yeah, that sounds a good one.
I think they're a minimum of $750 though. So I think that their little handhelds start at $750 and go up from there. Yeah, hopefully somebody's donating that to your channel. I'm telling you, yeah. Eagle Eye Shooting does a lot of good long range stuff on his channel. So, absolutely, I've been testing a bunch of barrels in the 6mm ARC AR-15. I have 27 barrels. I'll have a custom chambered 6 ARC AR-15 barrels on the site soon. Oh, cool. That's good. Yeah. Yep. Excellent rangefinder. So, anyway, we've been going for about an hour and 8 minutes here. Would you feel comfortable about 220 against brown bear? With a 220, you're talking about 220 Swift? No, I would not feel comfortable. If I had to do it, could I do it? Yes, I could. Would I, basically anything less than a 338 Win Mag, I'm ear holing a brown bear. Let's just be honest. Okay. If I'm hunting and I'm hunting with less than a 338 Win Mag, okay, I am ear holing the brown bear. Let's be honest. I want the rug. I want a little bit of the backstrap if they're a smaller bear. And that's that. I don't want anything else. So like the head doesn't bother me. I know that the head is the trophy and they measure the diameter of the head. Yeah. You know what? They can measure a little bit bigger when the skull is split. You know, whatever. I am not tracking a wounded brown bear through the woods. All right. So that's that. It's good night, everybody. All right, lever guns. Gosh, it's almost midnight in the Eastern time zone there, buddy. So, what about you? What, Bill Walsh? Sorry, when I hear your name, I think Bill Walsh because I'm a football coach. So, anyway, what about you? What's the lowest thing you feel comfortable taking on a brown bear with?
I have never ever shot at a brown bear. I have no idea. I've always wanted to go bow hunting, go bear bow hunting though. I've never got a chance to do it. That would probably be the least I would use against a bear. But give me enough rounds and we'll be all right. I'll put it that way. I'm a more smaller rounds kind of guy.
Yeah. So you would carry a 10 millimeter instead of a 44 Magnum on your chest?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't want a big old 44 mag.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I am trying to do that. So we're trying to get off of here. But anyway, excellent rangefinders. I have a Leica 2400 I've had for over 4 years now. It's always worked simple, rugged, and accurate. There you go.
I appreciate it. Yeah, check it out.
308 is the lowest I'll go. There you go. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go eat dinner because I hear my infant son screaming. And anyway, Blackhound Optics, discount code Alaskan. Really, really good. Let's see if I can get that reticle in here. Let's see if y'all can see that. Oh, I had it there for a second. So, yeah, there it is. There we go. And if you turn up the magnification, of course, it dials up on the reticle. So there you go. So there you go. Again, Oder says great chat. All right. Great day, all of you, and see you safe. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We will see y'all at the range.